Good evening. How are we all doing? Because we have some GT4 at the French car park that is known as Paul Ricard. And people will now be able to hear you because I've turned your audio on.
Oh, thanks very much, and good evening all.
Oh no, they can't hear you.
They can.
Because, as per, Chris turns up with 5 minutes to go.
I was here 12 minutes to go tonight.
It was me running late tonight.
What was it?
So, how are we all doing?
If we have anyone watching, let's make sure you put some...
Shuffler has already put a message in the chat. Yo, 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 my bearded heroes.
Yes, I love it. So
let's have a look on track.
Yes.
I think, Chris,
Yeah.
the gentleman we were just talking about, shall we go jump on board although he sat in the pits?
So
He's
let's
driving.
go over. Let's go over who he is, why he's here, and who he's here representing.
Yes. So, the new name on the grid is Saints Ray 013. And
Okay.
who is he, Chris?
So Saints Ray, I've just learned, is C Shuffler. So Chris Shuffler, the boy for the US, one of the admins who does take part in a lot of the late night stuff. It's his father.
Stepdad.
Stepfather.
Yes.
Apologies. So
and I believe it's his first race.
Oh.
Yes. Now, I've had a little message from Shuffler himself about another member of his family doing some practice last night.
Right.
And I do believe that this person doing the practice was his mum.
Go on, tell me the time that she
And
did.
he's told me she was in the 214s.
214s and a GT4 around Paul Ricard is really, really good.
Yeah.
So let's not invite her along because she'll show us all up.
Yeah.
That'd be ideal. So the reason we're here tonight, as always, it's the FRL Racing League PS4 Late Night Thursday GT4 at Paul Ricard. This is round 5. So we've already did 4 epic sessions. This is the 5th. We've done comms for 1 Thursday night so far. So this is our 2nd Thursday night comms.
Yes.
Marks a massive, massive moment in the history of FRL. 2 beards, 1 comms, 2nd time round. We've actually come back for more torture. So looking at the grid, we've got Troll, Gamerdad, Weedy Kev, Rendler and Linkler in the top 5 with Eisen Kerry, Mr. Dan Mark himself, Mr. Butt or Mate, Sea Shuffler, Fast Matt, Saints Ray, which is Sea Shuffler's stepfather, and the Devil's Son. So we've got 11 drivers so far with 3 minutes left to go. I don't see any more people coming in. I think there was about 12
there
signed
was
up.
12 signed up, yes. I'm sure someone will. Sorry, Coops has just distracted me with a message he put in the chat. Coops has just put, I am evaluating both Chris and Neil.
He's evaluating it, so he's the invigilator this evening.
Yes.
So no swearing, please.
Good evening,
I know what you like. You've got a corona down you. You like a wee sweary word every now and again.
Swear words are in your day-to-day language.
I think that's me.
So, let's have a look on track.
So all eyes are on us. Mr. Coops himself.
Mr. Tro has made an appearance.
Watching, by the way.
8 people already.
And Scazetti has said, hello all. Hello, Scazetti.
Hello. So, let's have a look at Tro.
Why not?
Because as we know, Tro is very quick in a GT4 car. And he's currently chose the Audi.
Oh. So if you're looking at Tro, I will look at Weedy Kev. He's currently in his usual lovely Beamer.
Well, the day the Kevin drives other than a BMW in the GT4 cars, I will take my hat off.
So Comms Gus has just lost it on the fast right-hander at the end of the straight and smashed it right into the wall. So we'll not watch Kev. We'll watch a bit of Darren. Darren's in his usual AMG Merc, sporting a lovely black and green livery with 420 on the side of his car.
Yes.
He's just coming up the back straight.
Chris, just talking about his car number, how does he get that car number?
I don't know how he got that car number actually. I'm sure there's some kind of link with you. And is it between you and him you had that car number or something?
No, I'm more on about how the fact he can reserve a car number.
Oh, right, sorry. Apologies. Start again. So if you were to ask me the question, yes, we're very prepared here, as you well know. If anyone at all would like to reserve a number of their choosing on their car, there's a very, very, very easy way to do it. We have a thing called Patreon. There's a section on our Discord. You can go and have a look at it. You can have a look at all the perks. You can have a look at everything that it comes with when you become a patron. Now, when you are a patron, you are a contributor to the community itself. That contribution goes towards things like the running costs of servers, competition prizes, etc. The perks that come off the back of being a patron are, yes, you can secure a number on the side of your car as long as that number isn't already taken. And Darren has just went 3/10 faster, putting himself in the top 10, so he's only 7/10 off Tro. Sorry, just to buy him there in the free practice session. So to become a patron, it's very easy. It costs you £3 plus VAT as the lowest premium, and the perks that come off the back of that are astronomical. There's a few grades, a few kind of like different stages of grading when it comes to patron. So go and have a look, and that's a punt for this evening.
Nice to see you. It's nice to see you picked up on that little question.
Yeah, I think it's the way you said it to me. My brain just didn't function. And there we go. I've just been stumped. Rashid has come in making it 12.
Aha!
Perfect timing. And the mighty Ginetta.
Yes, I got told off by James earlier. Well, it's not the Ginetta. It is the mighty.
If you don't say mighty before Ginetta. It, I think it loses the plot, doesn't it?
He does. So, first out on track, I believe, is
993, which is
the Devil's Son.
The Devil's Son. Oh.
And he is rocking the lovely pink McLaren. I wonder which racing team he's chosen on the Discord.
Yes. Talking about racing teams, the Grassroots have just lost about 3 drivers in the last 2 days.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know what? The racing teams thing's great. It's a little bit of banter. It's a little bit of competition between different race teams. I think there's 8 or 9 now registered. All different names, all different setups, all different perks come with being part of those teams.
Okay.
I've lost Rob 2K. I'm going to name them and shame them. But there's no heartfelt at all. Honest, believe you me, I don't do that sort of thing. But if you ever show your face again in my corner, you're for it. But it's Rob 2K, Elysium, and Lamaro.
Really?
I'll give you one guess.
Surprise me.
I'll give you one guess what team they went to.
Red Kings Motorsport.
They did. For some reason, Red Kings and Triple X seem to the only two out of the rest of them that seem to have this kind of fast alien elite driver magnet thing going on. So all the fast guys tend to be, including yourself. I'll include you in this
I was just going to say that's why I picked one of them teams.
You are fast. You've hit the PC running very, very smoothly actually, and you're quick.
I've just the past few times I've raced, I've struggled to stay out of incidents that were. One of them was my fault at Nerbs, the one we all know about.
I think you're close going to becoming nicknamed as the Hammer, but we'll not touch on that just now. We'll let the night unfold.
I see.
So that's us got the Devil's Son first one on his flyer.
Yes.
And he's closely followed by Sea Shuffler himself. Oh, and he's just invalidated, so Shuffler's going to have the space to go through. So if we just go on board with Sea Shuffler and see how he's
I
doing.
am just finding him.
Oh, look at that, he's got that beautiful spearmint blue colour on his wheels. I do like that colour, I really like that colour.
It's a nice contrast against the grey.
It is. And pink. Oh, I wonder what team he drives for.
Didn't see the pink, to be honest, mate. I was waiting for you to comment on that. So let's go on board and we'll see what type of speed he's hitting down the straight.
Yes, that sounds like a plan.
Now I know the Mercedes is very quick round here. Very quick.
I think the Mercedes is a very, very good all-rounder and probably one of the easier GT4 cars to drive. Then you sit in a GT3 Merc and it becomes impossible to take the back end, it's just like a Porsche.
Yes.
He's dropped to 4th gear there, I'm sure you can carry through that corner in 5th.
When I drove around here, I dropped to 4th just to get the initial turn and then changed to 5th.
And then a quick shift up again.
Yeah.
Right. He's putting lots and lots of inputs in here, so he's got that back end slightly loose.
He's currently 8/10 up, which he will be because his last lap was out the pit lane.
Yep, so he's going to set the benchmark first if he keeps it on track.
And we're looking around about the
208 mark, perhaps?
No, I don't think it's going to be that low. Maybe a 215.
It's just coming up to the line.
Oh, yes, it is.
207. Yeah, I thought it would have been a 208. It only takes you anywhere between 7 and 8 seconds to get from that corner to the finish line, and only 6 seconds in a GT3 car.
And Renvler has really spoiled his party.
Oh my goodness, right?
206.7 by Renvler.
Wow.
That's quick.
Get Linkler, who's just coming in. Whereabouts is he? Is he just invalidated? 747. He's carrying Keddy's number. Can he keep it on track? He can.
Someone has just gone off behind him, in front of him now.
So far we've got Renvler on a 206.7 with Eisen Keddy 5/10ths behind. Sea Shuffler 8/10ths behind. And Tro has just come in.
The 206.5.
206.5, and that's 1/10 faster than Renvler. And that moves Sea Shuffler just inside 1 second off the pace, and then Fast Matt 2 seconds off the pace, and Darren 2.1. So we know what the first gaggle of cars are going to be.
Yes.
Between Tro and Sea Shuffler, there's 4 cars. And what's Linkler going to do?
Linkler 1.7 seconds back.
Right, okay. Gamer Dad's just popped a wee 207.6 in there. Nice.
JR Lock and Load has just put in the chat, making me feel like my beard is inadequate.
Listen, we don't mean to have these beards. It's possibly 2, maybe 3 years ago. It was just me having a wee go to see if I could grow a beard, because I'd never ever done one before. And I went on holiday to Australia, and within 4 weeks my face was entirely engulfed in silver hair. So I decided to keep it. Never grew a beard in my life, first one that comes in and it's bloody silver. I don't know.
Just matches the colour on top of your head.
It's all the silver.
So, Weedy Kevin has chucked it 2/10ths back from Tro.
So Renvler and Kev are the only 2 beamers on the circuit, and they're going to have a nice interesting race this evening, I think.
Yes, I do believe Tro must have that Audi dialed through Sector 1 and Sector 3, because I know the BMW is very quick down that straight.
It's very quick, a straight line, as always. We don't have a time yet from Saints Ray, but let's go and have a wee look and see where he is.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same, to be honest, Chris. Let's have a look.
So I think he's on a flyer. It's just coming round into sector 3.
Yes. He is on a lap. Oh, can he hold it? Yes, he's kept it. That's not an invalidation.
It isn't. It's most likely a loss in 2 seconds though, because that was very, very slow trying to stop that from happening. Harden the brakes, drop to second gear, don't go any lower, especially on a GT4 car. And then tuck it in. Right down to first. And then quick shift up to second. So he's going to come in the 2:14 mark, I think. 2:13 mark, there we go. So he's set a time. He now knows for the next lap. I think what's he going to get? This one more lap to see if he can better that time.
Yes. But we all know what track limits can do to you around here.
The track limits on this track are one of the worsts, and I think
yes.
it's probably one of the most common tracks as well.
Yeah.
For guys to get a lot of drive-throughs on.
Yeah. I wonder if he's been getting some lessons off Shuffler though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, his driving line's good. You can see he's using the right gears, going through the right corners. Maybe he's got a bit of like kind of real life kind of racing like Chris does himself.
Possibly, yeah. Well, he's currently racking his time. He's dropping his 4/10, half a second quicker, 6/10 quicker. So he was definitely quicker through that section before the long straight. He's going to be a second up by the time he gets to the sweeping right-hander at the end. Let's hope he can hold it together.
Rendler has gave up the ghost on a 206.2, so he just couldn't get the 205. With the track temperature being 35, I don't think we're going to get any 205s this evening.
No, I don't think we will. Oh, I think Saints has just invalidated.
Tro just can't better his time. So Tro's 2/10 off Gamer Dad. Let's see what he can do. He's just coming up to the final 2 corners.
Yeah, I've just jumped on with him now, and he likes that wide entry into that corner.
Yeah, because he sets himself up for this corner nicely, so he can get the hammer down straight away, keeping in second so they can get the traction.
And he's going to put it on. Is he going to be better? No, he's not.
Good effort though, very good effort. So he's put himself currently in 3rd place at the moment. I think he's just going to keep going though and get his tyres dialed in.
Saints Ray didn't manage to. Well, he's 5.2 off the pace, which isn't bad.
Oh, Linkler's just ruined his lap. So I've got the only person that's left out on track, which is potentially going to do any damage to anyone's time, is Shuffler. Gamer Dad, he's still out, but he's not going to do anything because the timer run dry before he went over the line.
Yeah, he might just be making sure his pressures are right.
Yeah. Maybe try and push to see what time he can actually get to see if he knows.
Yeah. Shuffler's just coming into the 3rd sector now. And that's an invalidation.
He's kept it in.
Has he?
No, he's kept it in. You can go very wide there as long as you can get inside those 2 wee beads that are just at the... When you're coming back onto the track, you're okay. So you can actually take your car right over that curb and onto the blue stuff, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And he's took a wide entry here so they can get the hammer down early. Come into the final 2 corners.
Which you can lose so much time.
This corner here, you can lose a lot of time if you don't get it right. That looks like he's got a perfect, nice balance.
Can he get a decent
corner? Second gear and get the hammer down, push it. That was perfect. Let's see if he can go faster. He's come to 1.2 off the pace. He's just went over the line. Oh, he's just knocked 5/10 off. Well done. So he's rested himself.
Very good lap.
Yes, indeed. Excellent. So
that's it. That's your
qualifying session over, and if we look at the timetables, Renviller had the fastest 1st sector, Gamerdad had the fastest 2nd sector, and Tro had the fastest 3rd sector. So there's a really, really good mix, and there's going to be a fantastic battle between the top, I would say the top 5 or 6. It's going to be some really good battles tonight.
Why is we the Kevin parked in front of Gamerdad in the pit lane?
There's obviously a little bit of banter. So Rendler and Tro on the first line. I've got Gamer Dad and We the Kev in row 2. Linkler and Sea Shuffler in row 3. Eisenkedi and Darn in row 4. The Devilson and Fast Matt finishing up the top 10. Rashid got laps in, 4 laps in total, and he only managed to get within 3.5 seconds in Saints Ray. So the two of them bring in row 6. Saints Ray's 5 seconds off pace. It's okay, it's the taking part that counts.
It is, but then, I mean, sometimes when you look at that timing and you go 5 seconds off, the thing you've got to realise is that the guys in the top 10 are very quick.
They are
very quick.
It shouldn't put you off, because that's just your quality session with the car. Your tyres start graining in nicely. You start putting in kind of more consistent laps. As long as you can keep it the grey stuff,
yes,
you get faster, even with a heavier fuel load. And tonight, what they do is just a 30-minute sprint, so there's no pit stops whatsoever. If anyone's going into pits tonight, it's probably to fix damage
or do a drive-through.
Or a drive-through. So you might see a few drive-throughs this evening, and that could switch. I mean, it can happen to anyone at all. I was on this track the other night there, having a fantastic battle with Zombie Dom and Gamer Dad with the GT3 cars, and some of the kind of faster guys were getting drive-throughs on the grid. So it can happen. It can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
And it looks like Devilson's trying to get extra points by bringing in 2 cars. I don't know if that's if you're allowed to do that, Devilson. Well, that'll maybe go to a steward's inquiry.
I know you're on about your beard being white, Chris, but you didn't need to give everyone a close-up.
I just wanted to let Lock and Load to see that lovely silvery grey wiriness that kind of comes off the back of it.
So, who should we go on board with?
You decide.
I think I'm going to go with...
Well, we're missing Evan this evening. I think Evan normally takes part in these events, but we don't have him this evening.
Who did we go on board with last time? Was it Shuffler?
Well, it looks like we're now on board with the Cave. Let's go with Shuffler again, right? We'll give him...
The only reason I'm saying that is because he's mid-pack.
Yeah, mid-pack, it'll give us... You'll be able to see the front runners and the rear runners, especially in this camera view.
Yes.
Unless we do the kind of helicam view.
That one. And as we are 2 minutes until they get released for the formation lap.
Yes.
Jam, I think Fast Matt has got a supporter in the chat from Jan Barth.
Right, okay.
He said, "Come on, Fast Matt." Well,
come on, Fast Matt. Let's have a wee look through. The chat's actually going fairly wild at the moment. It's good to see. We've got 10 people watching. We've got 6 likes. Hit the like button, guys. We've got 382 subscribers on Formula Racing League. We could easily double that this evening. Copy the link, paste it into your socials, get everyone into to kind of have a watch. It's the best thing to do.
JR's just put, "I do have a few greys in my beard, the result of a 2-year-old.
I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, JR, so I know how it feels, sir.
Yeah, I've got.
Phil Sayers says, "Let's go." Rashid Gamer Tro. That's JR's prediction, by the looks of it.
Ah, okay.
Rashid Gamer Tro. Right. Very interesting indeed. But we had a very, very, very clean start the other night in the GT3s, and the GT4s are that wee bit more stable through the corners. You can take the curbs that wee bit better as well.
Yes.
I think we're going to see another very clean start. I can just feel it in my bones.
Yes. So it looks like The cars are just coming out of the setup now.
Kids are overrated, JR. I definitely 100% agree with you.
GT Jamie's put late night comms or Beard Station.
Oh, we should have called ourselves Beard Station. That's a really good comms name.
So they're off on the formation lap.
Excellent. David Santos says, hi guys, good race for all the drivers.
I do like the livery on Eisen Keddy's Audi though.
Yeah. I think I want to bring up
The standings.
the chat on my phone. I'll bring up the standings as well. But the standings is a very good shout actually, because it's always a good shout to give that information now whilst we're on the formation lap.
Yes.
Just
David Santos has put, hi guys, good race for all the drivers. Yeah, we're hoping so, mate. Turn 1, 2 and 3 are quite tight at Paul Ricard.
Mm-hmm. So let's hope slammers.
They all get through. Have you got the standings up, Chris, or do you want me to get them up?
No, just about to. I'm right here. So as it stands, we've got Wee the Kev at the top. He's on 154 points. We also have Gamerdad really close behind him, 142. And then Tro in third place with 126. Fast
Right.
Matt on 98 and C Shuffler on 86. So basically, I would say anything from 7th, which has got Renviller and Will Friedman 6th and 7th, both on the same points of 86. I think anything from 86 and up. Oh, someone's got a sign stuck to the front of their car. Over the course of the remainder of the season, so there's 5 more venues after this. Next week being Alton Park. We'll touch on that later.
Alton Park.
Mm-hmm.
I love that circuit.
Well, Alton Park, probably one of the most difficult tracks to take to make any manoeuvres and overtakes on.
Yes.
Most of the kind of driver's eyes. Let's have a wee look and see. So we're on.
I might just be slightly biased to Alton Park though, because it is only 40 minutes from my house.
Oh really?
I go there probably
2-3 times a year? More?
Try 15 to 20 times a year.
My God, you're obsessed.
Love motorsport. Love motorsport.
Do you know, I've always been a lover of motorsport. I really have. I'm a lover of football as well, but the last 3 years has seen me like unequivocally fall in love with Blaupunk GT3, GT4 racing.
Okay.
And this we go. We're just about
we're on the start line. I'll come round quick and we're off.
And we go. There we are.
Gamer's showing his nose already from P3. Oh, don't go 3 wide there.
No, if we stick to 2 wide, it's usually going to give you the cleanest start. And absolutely perfect turn 1, perfect turn 2. All the cars are going to separate out nice and easy here, and we're going to see the gaggles of the cars that we'd predicted are going to start forming really quickly.
Yes.
So Rendler's nipped ahead. Oh, game's doing its thing where the standings do that kind of brain fart thing. So he's got Tro closely followed behind, coming into the back straight with Gamerdads. So the top 3 had the ideal start.
Yes.
Wee the Kev was trying to show his nose, but none of them budged.
Now Wee the Kev is well within the slipstream and in the quicker car.
He is. So let's see what he does. It usually happens at the last part there, as you can see now. He's starting to get that gap, starting to close. Is it going to be enough though?
No, see, I also think that McLaren is very quick in a straight line as well.
The Gamerdad's parked it there. It's made the position of that McLaren perfect. You see he's went right off the curb there and entirely all of his car on the blue stuff. And I guarantee you never got and out of bounds there.
I think it's if you can tuck in before them cones, isn't it, like you said before?
Yeah.
But we all know Gamer likes a good GT4 drag race.
Yes. And then also, Two Beards, One Comms will be doing comms on Sunday as well. I might as well put a wee punt out for that just now.
Well, funny you should say that, because I've just read in the chat that David Santos has put you should transmit the mixed Sunday too. I think this Sunday will be a surprises.
The mixed Sunday.
There's not a
So, yeah, there's a mixed Sunday on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5.
Yeah, we do the late night Sunday, which is the Porsche Cup.
Yes. You're very busy on a Sunday.
I am very busy on a Sunday.
I'm usually either working or I'm very busy with my kids. And I used to take part in the late night stuff, but I don't now. We just do the comms for that. But I always take part in the actual league racing itself. So the mixed Sunday on PlayStation 5, where you've got 30 cars on grid, two GT3s and one GT4 on a team. And then on the PlayStation 4 you've got a GT4 and a GT3.
Yes.
It would be some very, very good comms because some of the racing has been very close and very tight. But let's get back to this. We're already 4 minutes in.
Weather Kevin again is having a very, very good run at Gamer down the straight.
Yes, indeed.
And he's very close
Is
this time.
So Gamer Dad's going to park his car and there's no chance in hell.
He is. He's sent it. Is he going to hold it?
Gamer Dad should get it here. If he breaks that wee bit later, he should be able to come round. Oh no, he's afforded on the space. And the Kev has put his Beamer in front.
I think Gamer had just got out onto the marbles.
Yeah.
If you run wide onto the entrance to that corner, there's no way you're making the apex.
It's just one of these things. Paul Ricard will punish you as much as what rewards you. It'll punish you even worse. So the other kind of battles that we're seeing, in fact the entire pack is still fairly closely knit. We've got Darren Mark and his 420 Merc.
Yeah,
he's closely been followed by C Shuffler. He's only 3/10 behind. Eisenkedi's within a second of the Devil's Son.
Yes.
Gamer Dad and Linkler are going to be quite a nice battle that's going to unfold very soon. He's just put that Audi through turn 2 that little bit smoother than Gamer Dad, and I think he's got him on the straight here. We might catch him on the inside, but if Gamer Dad can outbrake him, which he will, he'll take the apex, close off the corner, and he'll not allow Linkler in at all.
It's frightening how late Gamer Dad can brake.
Yeah, he's got these regulatable brake pedals that he always goes on about, his Thrustmaster gate pedals.
Yeah.
And I can remember doing laps with him round Mazzano in the BMW M6, and the two has managed to dial that car in, and I managed to get just under a second off of his pace, but he says, right, just follow me, so I went out and followed him on the track, and I was braking a lot more earlier than him, and I'm talking 50 to 60 metres earlier than him.
Yeah.
And that's where he gets his time on most drivers. He's braking. So he's braking there just before the 50 metre board.
Oh,
so
Kevin's gone very wide.
He has indeed.
That's put Gamer right back under his rear wing.
And now he's got to defend against the Audi because the Audi's trying to make a move on the inside. Whilst you look at that battle, I'll go and have a wee look and see Eisenkedi is pushing the Devil's Son. He's just managed to kind of outbrake him there coming into this the tail end of the Sector 3. Coming up to the last two corners again. Let's see what he can do, if he can outbrake him. Following each other's line.
I'm just on board with Linkler at the minute, and I do like the sound of the Audi.
I think Eisenkedi's just set up that final corner far better than Devil's Son himself, and I think he's got him. Oh, he's had to very erratically move out the road of him there, because I think he was just about to bump draft him if he didn't. But he should have went to the inside, because I think he could have pushed for that. He would have been alongside, and then he would have had to have been afforded that room to move. But if he gets a better exit here, both cars are still very. There's 1/10 between them, so that's going to be a very, very exciting battle to watch. Saints Fly is right at the back.
Let's see what Eisenkedi can. Oh, Dawson got a big slide on there. Let's see the exit that Eisenkedi can get, and let's see the speed difference between the Audi and the McLaren.
I think the McLaren's probably going to be faster than the Audi.
Do you think? So it's 4/10 coming out the last corner before the straight. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, he's going off track. He's going off screen. Oh, wait a minute. A little bit of rubber banding happening in the car behind, so we've got Darren kind of flexing back and forward. Darren's always going to offer pressure. He's always there. He's always in your rear mirror.
Yeah.
And he's a nightmare to overtake. I think we say this every time we talk about him. He's one of the worst drivers to try and get past.
Yes.
So Shea Shuffler's got a bit of a challenge ahead of him if he thinks he's going to get past Darren. I think Darren practices parking his car in the exact place where it needs to be.
I just genuinely think Darren's got a glitchy game where he makes his car twice as wide.
He just runs 2 PlayStations at the same time.
Yeah, that's the only reason I can think of it.
Now look at his positioning here.
Yeah.
Parks at the apex, forces the Merc behind, forces Shea Shuffler wide. Parks at the middle of the track, turns in, comes out.
Eisenkedi is all over the back of Devilson again out in the last corner.
Yep.
And I think Gamerdad's had a bit of an issue because Linkla's now up in P4.
Oh. Yes, indeed. So Gamerdad's perhaps had a wee wobbly, but you know what he's like.
I think
he's
Linkla's
very good at recovery. Very good indeed.
Linkla is now alongside Devilson.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to afford him that position because he's definitely got his nose in front now. There we are, and that's going to be side by side coming through the very slow tight section.
Very
clean. Very clean indeed. He's trying to show his nose.
And Darren Mark's joining the party.
Yes. Excellent. 4 cars. This is going to be, the next 20 minutes is going to be interesting. This is when it starts to become like
they are
really sweaty times.
They are nose to tail down the straight, and it's 4 different car manufacturers. Oh no, 3.
3. We've got
2 Mercedes.
Shuffler may actually get past Darren here. Darren is still just alongside him, so let's see what goes on here. 2 battles, like 1/10 between them.
And
Darren has just undone.
Missed his braking point.
Missed his braking point big time. I think he was blindsided there. I think.
Yeah, he was right under the rear wing of Shuffler.
That's a really good move by Shuffler though. He placed his car at the right place.
One thing I did like though is how there was 2 cars side by side behind each other.
Yes.
And as they got to that point, just where you touch the brakes to turn in, they all filtered back into single file. Because there's no way you're going around there side by side.
I've done it. I've went side by side before, but you've got to, if you're on the inside car, you've got to drop another gear to point your nose in, or you understeer out towards that car and you force them off track. But you can then hold your line and then get that inside line for the next corner, which can sometimes save you some grace if you outbrake them and get your place back.
Eisenkedi has got the run on Devilson down the start finish straight, and he's on the outside of turn 1 now.
There we go.
And again, close, clean racing, and here comes Darren Mark.
Darren Mark back at it. So
he's got back in front of Shuffler.
What he's done is he's used that gaggle of cars battling.
He took the advantage because Shuffler had to get out the throttle between turn 1 and turn 2.
That's it.
And Darren got
Although
the exit.
he outbraked himself, he was 2 seconds behind him there, and that 2 seconds closed off just by just by taking advantage of the battle. Oh,
Devil
now
Sons. That is what's going on here.
So what has Devil Sun done here?
I've no idea.
What's going on there?
Is his car damaged?
No, but he's just cut out that entire section of the track.
He did give Eisenkedi the position back.
Do you know, I thought he was getting disconnected there, you know, that
So
way the car goes off track.
Yeah.
So he's just cut that entire section of the track. He's cut out about 400 metres of the track.
But in all fairness, he did let off, and I think he stayed off the racing line because there was 3 together.
Yeah.
And he did back off. He didn't take advantage. He let
Eisenkedi
back through.
Okay.
So fair play to him. Darren Mark's not laying up. He's 5/10 off at the minute.
Correct.
And Shuffler is just all over the back of him.
We've got Rashid and Fast Matt at the back here. They're battling out, so there's only 7/10 between Fast Matt and Rashid.
Yeah.
Rashid's putting that little mighty Janetta through its paces, coming up to the start-finish straight here.
Are they slowly catching the group in front?
They are, so they're going to be using Eisenkedi, Darren, Sea Shuffler and the Devil Sons battle to gain ground on them.
So Rashid was 1.7 across the line. Let's make a note of that and see how close they are next time. So what we got? Shuffler is all over the back of Darren still.
We've got Saints Ray. He's just went over the finish line now. He's coming up to turn 1. He's a good 18 seconds off the battle, but do you know what? Hat off to him. He's taking part. He's putting his laps in. He's getting used to the track.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only way you can do it.
Yeah. Run at the back, get yourself used to it, and then next time you come round here, you've already had a good few goes at it, and then you start battling mid-pack.
Yeah.
And before you know it, people start putting you forward for Alien of the Week and the podcast.
Yeah.
Talking about the podcast, we do an FRL cast every Wednesday night, guys, at 10 o'clock. It's where myself and Derek will always have a special guest on as well. And we just literally talk everything you need to know about FRL. We also run a little lottery section as well. It's always good fun. Usually lasts about an hour plus, so it's always a good way to see a Wednesday night out. So tune in next week.
Oh, and Rashid's got a drive-through.
There we go.
Rashid,
one of hopefully not many.
Rashid lives up to his name though in the late night races.
Yeah.
He's on par with Evan for the drive-through king.
It's a shame. Only
Is.
because he's fast, he's rapid. He just can't stop getting drive-throughs. It's ridiculous.
Jam Barth put in the chat interesting line. I'm assuming he was on about.
We are at the halfway mark. Still a long way to go.
Is it Eisenkedi in the? No, it was Devil Sun.
Right.
When he went offline. And then Jan Barth he gave the position back, didn't he? I think he did, Jan, yes. And we currently have Darren and Shuffler alongside each other again. Darren, I didn't think he was going to get that Merc stop then.
So who else do we have on the chat this evening?
So Rashid cleared his drive-through, and just as we expected, Fast Matt I think is catching up. And I'm liking the livery on that Aston then.
Yes. It's beautiful.
How's Gamedad getting on in that McLaren?
So he's 2 seconds off a Linkler, 2.6 seconds off a Linkler. I don't know if he's maybe making mistakes because he was holding fast in third place. Now Weedy Kev and Linkler have made their moves and they're disappearing into the sunset.
Yeah.
Renfler's in front by 2.5 seconds in front of Tro. So Weedy Kev's 2 seconds behind. So they've kind of spread out. The top 5, top 6. So this the battles that are happening is Devilson, Darren, and Sea Shuffler at the moment.
Yes.
And we've got Darren trying to make a move here.
Darren is
he's just lost
bit of a
it.
wobble, which will bring Devilson right under his rear wing. But Darren has become so fast as well there.
He's getting his finishing like in higher places than usual. I think he's been kind of consistently top 10, top 8 in the last few months.
Yes.
And I think it's since he changed, he's went and spent a bit of money, got himself a hold of like a new driving rig.
Yes.
And it beats sitting on the couch and using an ironing board to sit your steering wheel on.
Is that what he was using?
That's not a word of a lie. When I first started driving over 2 years ago, and I first met Darren, and we had that lots and lots of battles on track, we were very similar paced, and everyone started kind of posting in pictures of the rigs, and I posted in my seat and the rig telly and all that kind of stuff, blah 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 blah. Darren posted in a picture of a couch, an ironing table, and a steering wheel mounted to the top of it. And I'm not kidding.
Fair play to him.
He used to take stick off of the missus because she needed it to do the ironing, and he used it to do his races.
Fair play to him.
Only Darren would do something like that.
Fair play to him.
Well, fair play to him because I don't know how he did it, because the TV was also at the other side of the living room. So he raced with a TV 4 or 5 metres away from where he was sitting. So there's that perception of delay as well. That you're sticking at. So I think he's got the rig. He's moved closer to the TV. It's nice and rigid, and as you can tell, he's putting the time in. He's putting the laps in. He's putting the pace in. He's keeping people thinking all the time.
Yeah, and he can set a car up as well.
I think over a long enough timeline, you get used to how the cars are set up in here. He is primarily a GT4 driver because he was one of the most common guys who would always take part in the GT4 when it was very popular in the PS4.
Yes.
Back in the day. Nowadays, we can't even. You couldn't get blood out of any of the PS5 drivers because it's very difficult to find any PS5 driver that will sit there, park their bottom in a GT4 car.
It's the same on the PC as well. Not many people want to drive the GT4s.
No, they don't.
Talking of the GT4s on the PC, I've just raced in the
big grid, was it?
No, it was the British one off at Brands Hatch, the mixed class. How did it go
this evening?
It wasn't bad. I originally registered with the Aston because it was the 3 British GT4 cars, so we had the McLaren, the Aston Martin, and the Mighty Ginetta, as it's known.
Was the Bentley not part of that as well?
There was, and then the GT3s were the Bentley, the McLaren, and the Aston, and I think that was it.
We'll give a wee mention to probably one of...
Just before that, Darren and Shuffler are again side by side down the straight.
Yes, Shuffler's took the place again. This time Darren needs to keep himself out of trouble.
Just
and
stay behind him.
So break it between 175 metres and tuck the car in. There you go.
Well, I think Darren just sat half a car to the side so he could see that braking point, which is a very smart move.
He's learned by his mistake, but there you go. He's outbroken here.
Devilson's just got a drive through.
Right.
So if Saints Ray can manage to keep the pace he's got at the minute, he could potentially finish P9.
He could, and a debut race, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially with the guys that are on grid here. Rashid's always good for a drive-through. 100% you know that's going to happen.
Yes.
I wouldn't have put Devilson in the drive-through, but hey ho, it's Paul Ricard.
It's Paul Ricard. Anything can happen.
Look at this. Darren's got that better run out of turn one. Can he get that nose in front and get up the inside of the car here? Can he do it?
Oh, there's a car off behind. I think it's Devilson.
It is indeed. He's pushing too hard. So, oh, whoa, whoa.
I'd have a look, but I'm just keeping eyes on the battle between Darren, Mark and Shuffler.
Now, Devil's Son is doing left and right up the pits. Now, I wonder if that's him gave up the ghost.
He's in the pits.
He is driving through. I wonder if he's maybe got a problem with his steering wheel. That's Saints Row, just went past him. Saints Row, Saints Ray, and Rashid. So that drive-through is put him at the back of the pack.
Okay.
Darren and Shuffler are still battling out, half a sec between them.
They've been at it since the green lights come on.
They have indeed. And Tro has made up ground on Rendler. Rendler must have had some kind of a slip because he's under a second, whereas he was 2.5 seconds off pace.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
This could be interesting then, for the last 7 minutes. Or has Renville just taken everything out of his tyres?
Well, we have in the chat, sorry, whilst you're saying the commentary on the driving, we have JR. I've basically posted up saying good to see you all on here tonight, guys. JR's put, I hear you have a rock star guest in the podcast next week. Cooksa says yes, Pablo the pool boy is on.
Have you seen what Dell's put about me racing in the Ginetta tonight?
No.
I could not get the rear end of the Ginetta to be stable out of any corner. The only way I could do it was run. The only way I could do it was run traction control on 8.
Shush your wee boy.
And
are you kidding?
Like James, Dell, and Grazies were running it on like 2 or 3.
That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
And Jan Barth has just put someone's left the lobby. There's only 11 left.
There is indeed. So Saints Ray, Rashid, Devil's Son, Renvler, Linkler, Gamer Dad, Shuffler, Eisenkeddy's.
Eisenkeddy.
I wonder if it's been a disconnection because he was doing not bad.
Possibly,
he was in the gaggle in the middle. But believe it or not, we've got 5 minutes left in this half-an-hour sprint.
Darren's in front of Shuffler now.
How did that happen?
So
too busy talking about your mighty Ginetta.
So they are again separated by probably a metre coming out the corner before the long straight, and again they are side by side.
I think what's happened is Sea Shuffler has put a smaller wing,
possibly,
maybe by 1 or 2. And the two of them are just showing each other the nose, they're moving back forward, they're inside out. Darren again, he's done his braking points perfect. Sea Shuffler has just took that corner almost flat out. That was amazing.
So I've just had to come off that because currently Rashid is on the back of Saints Ray.
Right, okay.
Now,
let's see what Saints Ray can do.
I know personally from when I joined FRL, my first race was panic stations when there was a car behind me.
Yeah. The Ginetta's now got to its top end.
And it's
got to the top end like halfway.
It looks like it's stopped.
But the thing is, all you need to do is let off accelerator by a smidge and then put the foot back down again and it takes the corner.
Yep.
It's so good. And there he's made up that ground. He's going to tuck it in. Oh, that was really, really good save.
It was.
Do you know what? I think Saints Ray is going to do really well driving with us.
Yes.
New to the game, to the looks of it.
Yep.
New to FRL, debut race. He's just been losing it there and he's managed to catch it so that he never touched Rashid.
Yep.
Good
awareness.
Very good awareness indeed.
But now, with the likes of, because he can sit behind now and Try and follow Rashid's lines, follow his braking points, just not that line
Not
he's
follow
taken.
that line. Comms curse. Don't follow that line. That was too wide. Well, we've got Tro making moves on Renfler again. Tro in the Audi, Renfler in the Beamer. Back straight. It looks like Tro himself actually got a bit of a better exit because he is ever so slightly just gaining time, and he's got that Audi pointed in perfect. I think Renfler's tyres are dead.
But look
Look
who's,
at this.
coming
Tro
to
might.
join the party as well. And we all know how quick Kevin can be in that BMW.
Yeah.
He's
Now
not
there's half the battle getting behind the likes of Renvilla and then getting to the position where you
passing
start
him
to
is the
force
hard
errors.
bit. Yeah.
It's to passing them.
It's
And we the Kev's just going to take full advantage of them battling.
of course he is. So let's.
Is this going to be a 30-minute sprint race finishing with the top three within half a second of each other? I think you're going to find it is.
It could be, because they are now all within a
10
second.
car lengths between the three cars.
They're all within 1.2 seconds.
Going over the finish line, they're under a second now, so 9/10 separating the top three.
Tro was just showing his nose to Renville to let him know, I'm here.
There's 2 laps left. Now, who's going to be our driver of the night? Because I think
I've already thought.
There's 3 people to me that are shown really good stead.
Do you,
and I
well,
think,
Bob, do you want to just pop it me in a message on the Discord and see if it's the same person I'm thinking?
Well,
send me his car number in Discord.
No, not the same.
Oh, okay.
But between them two, right? So those, I'm saying him.
Yeah.
You're saying him.
Oh, Shuffler's got a drive-through.
Fastmat, Rashid and Saint Ray might get that position.
Can Saint Ray beat Shuffler?
Well, if you don't go in for your drive-through, it's
30 seconds.
I think it's 60.
It's 30 on the PlayStation.
Is it 30?
Right, on the is it 30 on the PC? I can't remember.
So I can't decide between those 3. Because I think the ground that's been made up by Tro to close that gap,
yeah,
has been astronomical. He's shown look at this coming up to the final corner into the last lap, and Kev's got his. Who's that's parked up at the side of the track there? Who's parked up at the side of the track?
Where are they?
Somebody's parked up at the side of the track. Oh, it was Devilson. He's lost control at the last corner.
Oh, he's not hit the wall, has he?
I don't know what's happened there, but he was just sitting, waiting on the people taking over. So we've got Saints Ray, who is 10th place now, top 10 in his debut. I know there's only 11 drivers.
Shuffler's in the pits.
Right, so he's run in for his drive.
Saints Ray is coming into the last twisty section now.
Right.
I don't think he's going to be close enough.
Do you know what? He might just get away with this.
Yeah, Shuffler's coming out of the pit exit now. Yeah, he's going to be the full length of the start finish straight ahead by the time he comes out.
Right, so Rashid's coming out the last corner.
Yeah, Shuffler's out the pits now and heading to turn 1.
But that slow section there could have cooled his tyres down.
Yes.
Is it me or is he driving slow?
I think he's driving slow. Should we go on board?
Yeah.
No, he's driving full throttle. But no, he does seem to be going very slow.
think he's wanting to give his stepdads to finish ahead of him.
Or are they going to cross the line side by side?
maybe he's doing this to get some maybe brownie points or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Renfler, it looks like he's going to come in and take the win. That's him coming up to the final corner now. We the Kev has made it up to second place in Troll.
Wow.
So he's managed to make the move on We the Kev on Troll, which would have most likely been the fast sector, but that's Ren. We're over the line
Well done, Ren.
for another win. We the Kev in
Kevin.
second and Troll rounding off the podium.
Linkler coming in P4.
Yeah.
By Darren Mark in P5. What happened to Gamerdad?
Gamerdad's obviously lost it.
Has someone stolen Gamerdad's pedals? And he's having to use his ones that come with his wheel?
Oh no, Gamerdad is in front of Gate. Oh, do you know what? It's taking its time. Gamerdad finished in 5th with Darren very, very closely falling behind. I think what's happened is they went through a sector really close together and the games got confused. Fast Mark coming over the line in 7th. Rashid putting the mighty Janetta into 8th place. Shuffler and Saints Row really, really close together.
Saints Ray is actually going to finish ahead of him. Saints Ray's
he's running out of petrol and he's had to go down a map.
Saints Ray's in the last turn now. Shuffler is going to finish behind him.
That's definitely brownie points. I'm sorry.
Yes. So who do we get in the?
He's ran out. He's ran out of petrol. I think he's just making it over that line.
He has. He's run out of fuel, hasn't he? So who's gonna be the person we invite in?
So I think we should invite in Shuffler.
Yep.
And get a wee bit of heads up to see what's going on. So I'll invite him now.
I'm already doing it.
Oh, okay. And shall we invite in his stepfather as well?
I don't know.
Okay.
See what happens.
If he comes in, that would be fantastic.
But no, it was good. So I don't know what happened to Gamerdad.
So Rendler in first with the Kevin second, Tro in third, rounding off the podium. Linkler 7 in 4th with Gamerdad closely followed behind by Darren in 5th and 6th. Fast Matt in 7th with Rashid in 8th. Saints Ray 9th and Shuffler in 10th. Devilson 11th and Eisenkedi unfortunately left the server only after completing 8 laps. So I wonder what's going on there.
It might have been a disconnection or...
It's just one of these things. It'll be flagged, it'll be ticketed. If it was a disconnection, then so be it. A lot of the guys are suffering that now because I think a lot of the G Portal servers have been hitting a couple of complications lately.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So I have sent the invite to Shuffler.
Let's see what he says. It looks like we might have him in.
Hey, I had to download. Oh wait, my phone just crashed.
No, it's alright, you're there, we can see you.
You can see me, I can't see you guys, so.
You can't see us. Hey, there he is.
Oh, there we go. Alright.
How are we, sir?
That was sweaty.
Do you know what? It always is in these GT4 races. It's always so close racing. You were stuck between 2 or 3 cars and a gaggle of 4 for probably,
it was 4,
I would say 90% of that race.
It was 4 for a hot minute there. Darren had the pressure. I definitely had less wing than Darren because I ate him on the straight every time.
Yes.
That's what we kept on saying, but Darren's got a very, very uncanny knack of turning his car into too wide, and he's got a very, very uncanny knack of getting right up your rear end, causing pressure.
Definitely did a lot of learning today with not looking in my mirror because I kept messing up the first sector and he would just eat me going into turn 3, and then I would be like, okay, that's fine, you can have it because I'm gonna just smoke you on the street.
Yeah.
and then I ran out of fuel because I'm an idiot.
Well,
I knew it.
we
I
wondered.
knew that's what was going on there.
Chris called it. He called it that we were running out of fuel.
So
We
dumb.
thought-
That's
well-
the second time.
But I'll put my hand up and say the first comment I made was you're clearly trying to get brownie points with your father-in-law, because I think it's your father-in-law that's
my
racing with
stepdad.
you. Your stepdad. And we were thinking you were just trying to get brownie points by letting them take the place.
Oh no, it's worse this way because now I'm gonna hear shit for a whole week.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
He's gonna call me next Wednesday like, hey, just remember, I kicked your butt.
So is it going to be a regular with us in the late nights now?
So with his work schedule, he drives a big truck for a power company here in the States. And so he gets up early. So mostly it'll be pretty much Gamers races, a 6 p.m. race, because he goes to bed early because he gets up really early in the morning.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, sorry, babe. That was the wife.
Say hello.
I was talking loud.
Was that the subtle hint?
Yeah, that was hush your mouth.
That was probably one of the more softer gestures that I've seen, because I think most of the wives on here would have just clouted the other guys with a frying pan.
Oh yeah, well thankfully I'm on camera, so
anything that happens it can get caught.
Right.
Recorded. Brilliant. But your game plan tonight, I think, was working until you ran out of fuel.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I felt really good. I'm getting more comfortable in the sim. I played on PC for the first time all night Monday night, so it was a little bit of a transition coming back, but it was fun nonetheless.
Okay.
So I'm getting more comfortable, but that was a great fight. I'm enjoying the fights. I'm learning to enjoy them, even though I'm not at the front. Everyone wants to win, but
Yeah.
you know, racing is about the battles on track, and with the community we have, it's epic.
Yeah. And it's been very, very good to see that you've just off topic regarding tonight's race. You've been helping out a lot on the admin side with the USA guys.
Yeah.
So hat off to you there, because I think the job that you are doing over there is just astronomical. I'm going to take part in the race tonight. Actually, I've checked in for it.
Yeah, I saw that. That's going to be good fun.
Yeah.
I can't take credit. You know, George and Kevin have taught me all the ropes, and I've gotten insight from Gamer for sure. So I have the best, and you know, and same with you guys and all of the admin and chat. When we were talking in there, everyone's willing to help, and it's fantastic to help out.
It's just 100 miles an hour everywhere, isn't it? So much going on. It's just mental.
I'm used to that. My career is that way, and I'm used to that type of environment. It's just not knowing what buttons to press. I have to learn. So other than that, it's familiar territory with the pressure.
Just don't push the big red button. That'll kill us all.
No, right, yeah. Yeah, don't. Yeah.
Excellent. So thanks for popping in and letting us know a wee bit about your race tonight. Good to see you taking part. Unfortunately, ran out of fuel in there at the end. That was what do we call that, Neil? Schoolboy error.
That's the one.
Schoolboy error.
Yeah. I try not to let that happen again, but you live and you learn.
Whatever you think your fuel load's going to be, add 8 litres.
Add 8, yeah, right.
I tend to just add 2 laps.
2 more laps, aye. So
2 more laps.
I'm fair. I always just go, believe it or not, 10 litres. But I find most of the cars, when they've got that heavier fuel load, they take the column better.
I was kicking myself because I'm pretty good at finishing with about 1 liter or so. I don't know why I'm edgy on it. I want to be as light as possible, but you know, erring on the side of caution should be more pressing.
Yeah.
Yes. Cool. Well, thanks for coming in and well done tonight.
Thank you guys. You guys
Well
did
done,
great. Awesome. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Bye now. So we're going to go with who out of the 3 for driver of the day. Tro done a great job bringing it back, giving pressure on Renvler. He eventually lost to the Kev.
See, I believe, because knowing how fast Shuffler is, I think it's going to have to go to Darren from me, personally.
Because Darren held it, he kept it going.
He holds it, and I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he can defend
Please,
that
teach us.
well against
Teach us.
a driver that is so quick.
So We're going to go stick with Darren, I think.
I think so.
Cool.
We can always do 2. If you think someone else deserves it.
Tro, I think he's fell off slightly because he lost that place at the end there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick with Darren with yourself as well. It's such a good performance.
Yeah.
So I'll put that in for us if you give me 1 wee second. And I wonder what that's done with the standings this evening. I genuinely think that's going to put a bit of a kind of throw in the mix.
Quite possibly.
2 beards. Oh. Ah. Driver of the day. Night was. We'll go with Darren. FRL. Darren Mark. Yeah. Good drive. Well done, Darren. He's also Chris Shuffler gave Darren Mark it as well.
Yeah, I thought he would do.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I think that's been another success with comms. That
yes.
Before we knew it, we had 5 minutes to go to the end. It's ridiculous.
It's good.
We're running out of time.
It's good fun.
Yes.
12:05. And I know gamer that'll be sat there waiting, hovering over that reset button for the server.
I'm already out. I don't want to take. I just don't want that hassle off him this week. So I left the server a long time ago.
That's been good. Thanks for everyone in the chat getting involved. It blew up at one point.
Yeah. God, I don't think we had that much chat in the podcast for an hour and 45 minutes last night. But that's been good. It's been great having you in.
It's nice to see some of the PC lads dropping as well, like JR's dropped in, Dell's been in, Jan's been in.
We can now call Fresh Briz a PC driver as well. He's always getting his nose in everywhere, so thanks for coming in and putting the comments on, Jan Barth. In fact, 90% of the people watching are PC.
Yeah, but half the PlayStation people are actually racing.
Yes. And Coops says he was evaluating us tonight. I wonder what he's saying.
Is he still in the chat?
He is still in the chat. Still in the chat. Give us a little mark out of 10. A wee mark out of 10. 1 being the worst and 10 being awesome. How was tonight for you?
And let's not start it with a minus.
No. Minus 17? What? Shocking.
Are we just going to sit in anticipation and wait for the message from Coops?
Just before he sends it, stop the podcast.
Yeah.
Just in case it's a minus. No, 10 people watching. I think that's very good indeed. We're getting there. If we can get more people in, we've got 13 likes as well, so more likes than people watching. That's great. We're down to 9. That's obviously Coops leaving because he just doesn't want to use a minus.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, thanks again for watching. It's been good. 2 beards.
1 com.